Welcome to a very quick overview of Castanet, a tool to help you create highly customized and targeted campaigns on LinkedIn at scale. So, starting out, creating a new campaign, we can target people in 4 different ways. We can target them from the results of a Sales Navigator search. So in Sales Navigator, we can create a highly targeted search finding the people that we want to reach out to. We would simply put in the URL here and it will import the people. We can target the people who engaged with any particular LinkedIn post. So that could be our post that got good engagement or someone else's post who got great engagement, such as an influencer who's targeting or talking to people that we also want to talk to. We can pull in the people who liked and or commented on that particular post. We can also target our followers. So we could send a segment of our followers about an event that we're about to have or a webinar to keep them up to date on things that are going on. And finally, we can import from a list of LinkedIn profile URLs. So there are other ways we can get LinkedIn profile URLs. We can simply paste them in here and pull them in and create a sequence targeting those people. Once we have our list imported, we can create a dynamic sequence of steps and actions that we'd like to take on those people. So we can set this up however we want. We can take any of these 4 actions: view profile, follow, invite to connect, and send a message. The message only applies to first-degree connections. This is not InMail. So in this case, we could view their profile, maybe follow them a couple days later, and then send them an invitation to connect with a message. And here we can use one of several variables. We generally only suggest using first name, but we can send them an invitation to connect, or we can leave the message blank if we choose. And then we can start to send messages once they've accepted our invitation, and we can send as many follow-up messages as we wish. The option here says stop if previous message found. This means the sequence will stop on a particular person if they have replied to us or if we have stepped in and manually sent them a message. It will detect that and stop sending messages to them so that we can take over the conversation manually. And here's the message box, and again we can use the same variables, and we can keep adding as many of these as we wish. And from there, once the campaign is running, it will start to look like this. And we can get an overview of who's in that list and who they are, and if we're connected to them or not. We can toggle them on, active on or off if we choose. And we can see the status of where they are in the campaign with a little insight as to what's happening. So this person replied to us. We just sent a message to this person, and we have lots of invitations pending. We can also choose to send our prospects to a Google Sheet at a particular point. So if they haven't accepted our invitation within X number of days, we can send the prospect to the Google Sheet. And if they haven't replied to us by some period after the sequence is over, we can also send it to the Google Sheet. This enables us to then import it or use a tool like Zapier to pull into our favorite email platform and start sending them email campaigns and start to get pretty powerful. And then we can go into our dashboard and start to get a sense of how effective our campaigns are. So this top section is for all of our campaigns as a whole, and the first 4 columns are the activity that Castanet has taken on our behalf. Then the last 3 columns are the responses. So we can see the number of requests accepted, the number of direct replies to invitations, and then replies to subsequent messages. So we can see here we get a lot of replies after the invitation, after we send messages after the invitation. So we want to keep doing that. And then it starts to dive into our individual campaigns, and we can start to see how effective they are at a glance. This one has a 37% acceptance rate, 11% reply rate, and it takes an average of 2 messages until we get a reply from somebody. And we can see this campaign has ended for the most part in November, but in October we have the same stats that we had from above, and we can start to compare our campaigns and see which ones are doing better than others and turn off the ones that aren't performing as well or tweak them to be more effective. And then over here on the right, we can see some upcoming activity and recent activity of actions that it's taking on our behalf. And that's about it. Other than that, we can manage multiple LinkedIn profiles in here, as many as we wish. And from there, I hope you'll give it a shot. Go to gocastanet.com and take a look. Thanks.